Yeah. Okay. So I was involved in facial recognition, uh, computer vision for security for quite some time when I was in GovTech. And one of the things which came out was facial recognition that has a color bias, dark skin tone. So I use that to discuss is that when you got facial recognition, there's high inaccuracy when your skin is dark. Like you'll be discriminated. Not my fault, technology problem. So facial recognition is that you do facial feature acquisition, you acquire feature, then you do extraction, then you do matching. So if step one must be correct before you can do anything. Your acquisition is wrong, there's nothing you can do. Okay. So when I was in GovTech, I was shocked. People cannot understand facial detection and facial recognition. These are specialists, these are specialists, analytics specialists. So they think facial detection and facial is interchangeable. I said no. Facial detection means you detect a face. Recognize means I recognize you with respect to a template. First I detect your face only, I don't know who are you. Actually, you'll be surprised. People cannot tell the difference. Okay. Recognition, because when you do recognition, you need to pre-register a database to get a statistical scoring. So in recognition, the difficulty is your reference place must be accurate. You must be accurate when you're born. That's why when you go to ICA, they put nice lighting, background white, you send a picture, so it's nice, reference. But then when you take from the outdoor of you, it can change, correct? But this must be clean. If two sides clean, how to match? So then inside there, you have other variable, capture picture, lighting, pose, skin texture. So there are two sources of error. One is original, your reference source. The other is when you capture. That's why pre-register is important. Okay, so the first thing when you do in facial recognition, you tend to convert RGB to gray, detection, features, and you measurement features. You see, in facial recognition, distance of your eyes, nose, all that. Every point, I take a picture. How do I tell a computer it is Vincent? It's because of its shape, its distance, eyes, ears, everything. So there is a parameter extraction. But this parameter extraction is a measurement. It's a measurement point. The human don't think about it. It's a measurement point. I look at you. Let's say you come another Naresh, but I recognize you is because of your nose, your eyes, your mouth, your beard and things like that. So that's what you do, feature extraction. But in feature extraction, it's actually measurement. Then, again, we do the same thing. We have to normalize, because when I take a picture to recognize from a long distance and short distance, your image is different. So, you need correlation with real time, what you capture, and pre-stored. And you must use the same algorithm for the features. If let's say the pre-stored use a different algorithm, I scan your picture, pre-stored, different algorithm, different feature comes out, I do real time. Cannot match one, you must use the same algorithm. That's the difficult part. Okay, so in Singapore, we're going to install thousands of cameras, and indoor, outdoor, we have to do situation at high angle. That's the difficult part. Color contrast. This was actually, I presented this to MHA, and I was against facial recognition for outdoor. The reason behind, I told them you have to solve this problem. When you have a gantry, the worst thing when the Chinese goes through, Caucasian goes through, then when the gantry cannot recognize Indian or Malay, the police say passport. So you will automatically think it's discrimination. Actually, it's because of technology limitation. So I was against it because of that. So you can see, you check facial recognition on Afro-American, long list of problems. So this one is done by one MIT lady. For fair skin male, 1% mistake only. Ladies 7. For black skin, 12%. And 32 for ladies. There's a big hoo-ha still going on in US for facial recognition. Okay, so you can see on the website, some of them, people do highlight that Afro-American is being discriminated. Actually, it's not, it's a technology limitation. Okay, then in Boston bombing, it was stated, it was played out that video analytics helps to solve. Actually, it's not. It was done manually by the person who lost his legs to identify the person. No, people who want to sell video analytics software, they, hey, my video analytics help. Then in one of these, the guy said, sorry lah, the guy who lost his leg point the picture lah. But people who sell software will tell you all this, very good, can do all that. Actually not true one. Okay. Then another one interesting, recently, they do facial recognition on drivers, all fail. In cars, because it's a moving car. So they all bother, go and put a camera on the bridge, want to see face in cars moving, you know. I tell you, must be conned by people, you know. And it's moving some more, you know. That's the deal. And the problem, you know why? I saw some of the picture. It's a glass. When you put a camera, got glass reflection. I cannot imagine the guy so stupid. It's moving some more. That's why I said, you know, but they spend money to do that. Hey, the rest, you see, you go US, make money, can con them. So I just share with you, image processing part, just to do it for facial recognition. The first thing, you need to acquire the picture. Lighting, effect, pose, field of view, distance. Then you convert to grayscale. Then you region a search. You know, when you convert, then you need to search where are eyes, ears, everything. Then after that, you need to have the features. How big is your eyes, distance of your eyes, your lips, all that. Then after that, you need to normalize, because from a camera size is different. I take a picture from a certain difference, your size need to be normalized. Because the camera at different distance gives you different dimensions. Then you do classification, the features. Between that, just on color itself, if you really use color, you got this combination to match. That's why people work in grayscale. Then you don't need 256. Okay. So if you take a camera at 1 meter away, if you take a passport size picture, you can take the number of pixels. But as you go further away, you actually reduce the number of pixels. You lose resolution. Okay, unless you use a zoom, but you take a standard camera, you keep losing resolution. That's why distance is very important. Then if you take facial markers for a human, if it's very accurate, the dots are very distinct, then you can use it for measurement. But if it's uncertainty, it gets blurred. You got more uncertainty. Every point becomes higher uncertainty. So when you become for facial recognition, it gets more inaccurate. Okay, so this is from Thales. They see they use grayscale 64, not even 256. So inside there, when you put 256 grayscale, you cannot hold a dark skin tone straight away. Okay, and okay, there they even specify indoor. Then GovTech bodo go and sign the tender to agree. Then I told them, hey, you agree on indoor, but you're going to use it outdoor. Whose problem? GovTech also bodo. So when I saw the tender, hey, you're serious, you know what you're talking about. Then you see they put real deployment to be determined on scenario. Means what? I love this sort of spec, No, anything I do can work. No, it's a very small print, because the guy who signed on the tender to agree on the GovTech actually don't understand what the hell he's signing. It's a small print. So I told them, like that, it's like that already, what do you want? So okay, share with you take Caucasian and it goes on. It's affected by size, optics, and you convert the grayscale with this. Okay, pixelation means I increase the pixel length, because it depends on camera pixelation. So this part not so interesting. So in terms of camera, you see, distance between eyes for recognition, you see, is this one. For recognition, you need this sort of quantification to quantify one. So Afro-American, if you amplify this area, you convert the grayscale like that. So I just share you see it's quite dark. Now you say a Caucasian, it's easier to see. I just amplify just to show people why it is like that. Because when I explain to people it doesn't work on dark skin tone, people don't understand. Until I have to. This was done in my GovTech days. I show them, said, do you know what you're talking? Okay, let me show you what's the problem. And these are supposed to be expert. Share with you, I'm not an expert on computer vision. I'm an electronic engineer. But I can debate with them to hold a debate. Okay. So Caucasian, on all this, you see distribution curve of these two pictures. Yeah, okay. You see, histogram, I just take color histogram. You can see for dark skin, it all clustered together. For Angmo, you can see it's spread out even more. So your discrimination is better, so that you can identify easier. So you need to go into pixel. Because this is fundamental of color. I cannot solve this problem. This is another one. This one, the software I got from Albert. Albert asked me to download image J. So I was trying to tell him, okay, you see this one, you take the whole picture, you do a histogram. You do a histogram of this, it's like that, all jagged to one side. So you know, you cannot differentiate. Okay, original picture, okay, then I increase the brightness. You see, you can spread, you see? So I use this, paintbrush lah. So it's to tell again to people, hey guys, this is the problem you are facing. Because if you don't spread this out, you're going to be all congested into there. Here you can see easier, the girl. Here you cannot see. This is going to do optics. Then, so I explain to people, when you have it 256 scale, dark skin, light skin, you have a histogram when it's black inside, a black line inside there, and black inside is like that. White skin is like that. So inside there, you have point A to point B, you need to talk about markers. So because of that, your uncertainty, because it's lower, let me try to explain again. When you have a white skin, it is a higher dynamic range. A dark skin, the dynamic range is lower. So for the same spread of uncertainty, if you have like that, you have a higher error. But if your spread is very wide, the same uncertainty is more accurate. That's all. It's just an uncertainty band. So if you have this, that's why I say, if you're fair skin, the C is from here, 0 to C, you have 220 and the uncertainty is 20%, plus minus 20, it's 9% uncertainty. But if you're dark skin, it's here to here, all congested to 1, it's 25% uncertainty. So that means that when you measure for that marker, you know that this is 25% inaccuracy every point. You measure on the fair skin, so those who are fair skin, it's very unfortunate the police will catch you more accurate. So Naresh, you have an advantage. You can see, you all cannot. Color, okay. Color, every time when you throw a color, what you measure on your camera and you see is called what we call back scatter light. If the color is absorbed, you don't get light back. So black object scatters very little light. White object scatter a lot more. So when you put green object, it actually scatters green light, other color is absorbed. So that's how color works. Okay, so this is the statistics on there. You see the light color 400 to 700 nanometer, that's color frequency. Dark skin has 15% dynamic range. Fair skin, pale skin, 41%. So you know that you're going to get more difference. The more differentiation, the wider, the more accurate it is. Same with this. Okay. Mugshot. If you take mugshot, you see that you can see the features more distinct from these two. And then you must take it is it must cover big picture, not small. This is actually for a mugshot. iPhone facial recognition, it works very well. It's because you look carefully, they have infrared camera, they have flood illuminate, the infrared light, and then ambient light, the detection, they also project dots. So inside, that's why when people say, oh, facial recognition works in iPhone, it's because it's close, very close. And it's because it recognizes only 1 or 2 register, 1 or 2 person only, it's me only. Whereas for facial recognition outdoor, it's not so simple as the handphone. That's why a lot of people cannot tell the difference. Oh, they said facial recognition can work what? I said, depends on what you use it for. Okay. Then this is the one from Microsoft. So if they use normal light and you use infrared light, they throw infrared light on the camera, you see it's quite distinct. But the minute you throw this infrared light, it works in grayscale already. So you're back to the fundamental problem, optics. Okay. So in machine learning, you need to consider all this flow. Gather data, clean data, all that. The problem is actually in the beginning part, you gather data wrong, then you got to spend your time cleaning the data. But if you don't know all these problems, you jump into here, you're going to have a lot of problems trying to sort out data cleansing. So that's why I say if you keep it clean, but to keep it clean, you must understand all these constraints. You cannot assume by brute force, just try an error. You need to keep the process clean as much as you can. Okay. So you see, I explain to people, if it's lighting, I don't compensate. I just make it darker and darker and darker. No amount of machine learning can help you. Because you cannot even pick it up. Because you can't cross the first hurdle. I share with you, because the fundamental part is, if you use a camera, it's optics already. Okay, this is the part.
Let's play a game. Close your eyes and picture a shoe. Okay, did anyone picture this? This? How about this? We may not even know why, but each of us is biased toward one shoe over the others. Now imagine that you're trying to teach a computer to recognize a shoe. You may end up exposing it to your own bias. That's how bias happens in machine learning. But first, what is machine learning? Well, it's used in a lot of technology we use today. Machine learning helps us get from place to place, gives us suggestions, translates stuff, even understands what you say to it. How does it work? With traditional programming, people hand code the solution to a problem, step by step. With machine learning, computers learn the solution by finding patterns in data. So it's easy to think there's no human bias in that. But just because something is based on data doesn't automatically make it neutral. Even with good intentions, it's impossible to separate ourselves from our own human biases. So our human biases become part of the technology we create in many different ways. There's interaction bias. Like this recent game, where people were asked to draw shoes for the computer. Most people drew ones like this. So as more people interacted with the game, the computer didn't even recognize these. Latent bias. For example, if you were training a computer on what a physicist looks like, and you're using pictures of past physicists, your algorithm will end up with a latent bias, skewing towards men. And selection bias. Say you're training a model to recognize faces. Whether you grab images from the internet or your own photo library, are you making sure to select photos that represent everyone? Since some of our most advanced products use machine learning, we've been working to prevent that technology from perpetuating negative human bias. From tackling offensive or clearly misleading information from appearing at the top of your search results page, to adding a feedback tool in the search bar so people can flag hateful or inappropriate autocomplete suggestions. It's a complex issue and there's no magic bullet, but it starts with all of us being aware of it so we can all be part of the conversation. Because technology should work for everyone. Let's play a game. Close your eyes and picture a shoe. Okay, did anyone picture this?
It's the same, right?
this.
Yeah. Okay, so I finished with I will send you the information. It's a big file. What I'll do, I give it to me. This file is just too big. I give to her, then you all let her go and find and read and give to me out. Okay, you all got questions for me? My background is actually measurement, instrumentation and measurement, using sensors, and I use computer vision, okay, but measurement. So in measurement, I have to guarantee accuracy. So this is why I always thought like that. But then I realized that when we go into detection, whether we do autonomous vehicle, the first thing is that if it's not accurate, how do you decide? Because you have to make a controlled decision to brake, to turn, to stop. How? So this is where I come from. You have look at computer vision problems before?
Some problem.
Some problem. Easy or difficult?
What is it? For example, to detect very small objects on the sea surveillance.
On CCTV surveillance?
Sea coastal.
Sea coastal surveillance.
To detect very small boat under the reef is.
Oh, going up and down.
The infrared camera, sometimes the sensitivity is not contrasting enough.
Yeah.
Sometimes the performance cannot achieve.
What sort of
Because
performance you're looking at? 90%?
It didn't give us just a try our best to do.
Oh, just to try out. I can tell you, the first thing is that use infrared, not enough resolution.
Yes.
Because infrared camera is very low resolution. And then at the same time, you have emisivity, because when you use the water, you got water temperature variation. Right? Temperature variation. Because of when you have an object there, and then you have the infrared traveling to your sensor, it goes through humidity. And then you got in light, it's also affected by different density of air. It will skew the thing. So that's why for me, when I do a project before that, I just tell you, I analyze all these problems. I don't even try and see one. Because if you try and see, it takes a lot of effort. And when you go and try and see, you know what's the consequence, the customer will think.
For human, it's not easy. There is a book what cannot pick up.
That's why I think a lot of times it's more of the personality kind of engagement with the customer. Whether you can convince them that or make them do certain changes that lessen 80% of work by
Correct. So normally when I do my business on this, I use a whiteboard. Very easy, I just use a whiteboard. Then I said you bring your most experienced DSTA engineers, just MHA, they all depend on DSTA. So then you put up all there. Then when I see some of these DSTA engineers like that, then I know the background of it. Because they never have field experience. They have people who sit down, write program, write proposals.